Thank you. As you know, I'm inclined to take a pretty cheerful outlook on life in general. I've witnessed firsthand how the most ordinary and simple people, and I include myself in that category, can turn failure into success just by resolving that they were going to get onto the right track and stay there. But every now and then I look closely at this so-called cool society of ours, and I wonder if we're going to make it around the next turn. Well, I'm still optimistic, all things considered. But we have a saboteur in our midst, one which constantly tugs and nips away at the very fabric of our society. And the name of this saboteur is dishonesty, an old-fashioned name for an old-fashioned disease. Today, you hear the term credibility gap, but I think it's important to use the old-fashioned name because the trouble with dishonesty today is that it's parading around in disguise, and a lot of people just don't see it for what it is. I'll give you an example of what I mean after this word. Many people fail to recognize dishonesty because they somehow think it becomes irrelevant after a certain point. They seem to think you outgrow it, like a bib or short pants. Let me give you an example. I was riding on a Fifth Avenue bus in Manhattan a while ago, and I noticed a father and son get on along with some other people. The boy couldn't have been over maybe 14. I heard the boy brag to his father how he managed to slip by the driver and keep his bus fare. The father said, "My son is just a downright thief, a crook, huh?" "Oh, Dad," the boy said, just like that. "Oh, Dad, it isn't anything. The bus company is rich. They don't need the money." Well, then and there, that father gave his son a short course on transportation economics, showing how there'd be no buses to ride if everybody had his son's attitude. He ordered his son to march up to the driver, admit he dodged the fare box, and hand over the proper amount, or else. Well, when the boy came back to his seat, his father gave him an affectionate tap and a smile. You know something? That kid will never forget that lesson. With one stern lesson, as embarrassing as it was, that youngster's moral confusion really vanished. Ben Franklin used to say, "Honesty is the best policy." And old Ben, who was no slouch as a businessman, by the way, knew what he was talking about.